Beneath the upturned roots of a fallen giant lies an opportunity. A natural cavity provides the perfect starting point for an underground shelter. The first step is establishing a geometric baseline against the uneven earth. Hours of excavation reveal a space deep enough to escape the elements, but the earthen ceiling needs immediate reinforcement. The root system overhead holds tons of damp soil, vulnerable to collapse after a heavy rain. Cutting precise vertical supports from green wood creates a load-bearing skeleton. These timber pillars intercept the immense downward pressure, transferring it safely to the solid ground below. A tight, friction-fit measurement is essential. Driving the posts deep into the substrate guarantees they won't shift when the earth settles. A heavy, flat stone acts as an improvised mallet, driving the wood flush, without splintering the end grain. Every anchor point must be completely rigid. The structural integrity of a subterranean build relies entirely on these initial uprights. By clearing the loose topsoil, a stable, compacted floor emerges. This rough pocket is now a fortified foundation, capable of withstanding the changing seasons. The damp earth insulates naturally, trapping heat and blocking out the biting wind. Now, the focus shifts to creating a defensible entryway. A narrow access tunnel keeps the interior hidden and prevents cold drafts from rushing directly into the living space. Curved branches offer a distinct mechanical advantage over straight lumber. Bending green wood into an arch distributes compressive weight outward along the curve, rather than focusing it at a weak center point. By anchoring both ends of the flexible timber into the trench walls, the natural tension holds the frame securely in place. Hand-carved wooden pegs lock the horizontal cross braces. These interlocking joints eliminate the need for nails or cordage, relying purely on friction and geometry to create a rigid skeleton. Once buried under the soil, this entryway will act as a structural vault. An outdoor kiln expands the site's capabilities from mere survival to long-term homesteading. Woven branches packed with thick, wet clay create an insulating thermal mass. As the initial fire catches the dry grass and kindling, it does more than generate heat. It actively bakes the raw clay. The intense internal temperature draws out all the moisture in the mud casing, curing it into a solid ceramic-like shell. If the fire is stoked too quickly, rapid steam expansion can cause the wet walls to crack. A slow, steady burn tempers the structure, hardening the oven so it reflects heat inward. Once fully cured, this earthen dome will withstand hundreds of firing cycles. Smoke drafting up through the forest canopy signals that the ventilation is working perfectly, pulling oxygen through the lower intake to feed the coals. Harvesting deadfall from the surrounding woods minimizes the impact on the living forest. Recently fallen limbs offer seasoned timber that is already partially dried. This reduces the severe shrinkage that happens when fresh, green wood loses its water content. Carrying these heavy lengths back to the site requires endurance, but it provides the raw material needed to seal the entrance and bridge the vertical gap into the bunker. A simple hand-lashed ladder turns a steep, difficult drop into an easy transition. The staggered wooden rungs bear the builder's full weight, proving the integrity of the tight lashings before heavy, daily use. Applying a thick layer of damp moss over the cured mud serves a dual purpose. First, the living organic matter acts as a final layer of natural insulation, trapping the oven's radiating heat. Second, it completely camouflages the structure. By breaking up the harsh, artificial lines of the bare mud dome, the kiln seamlessly melts into the geometry of the forest floor, virtually invisible to anyone walking past. Inside, the raw earth is transformed. A slatted log floor elevates the living space above the damp dirt, keeping gear dry. Piling fresh spruce boughs creates a dense, springy mattress. The oils naturally repel insects and insulate the body against the cold ground beneath. The sanctuary is finally ready. With the heavy construction complete, the subterranean fire pit becomes the heart of the home. Slicing high-protein rations over a makeshift block keeps the work area sanitary. Coating the meat in dry spices does more than add flavor. The salt acts as a temporary preservative in the humid environment. Managing an underground fire requires precision. Instead of a roaring blaze, which would quickly fill the small bunker with choking smoke, the builder relies on a deep bed of hardwood coals. Coals burn significantly hotter and cleaner than open flames, providing a steady, radiant heat perfect for cooking. As the metal pan contacts the embers, the intense thermal transfer sears the meat, locking in moisture. A carved wooden spoon prevents scratching the pan, utilizing resources shaped directly from the surrounding woods. Layering ingredients onto a flatbread creates a meal that requires no plates or utensils, ideal for wilderness living. The sauce provides essential fats, vital for replenishing the thousands of calories burned during the days of heavy excavation and timber hauling. Fresh vegetables add hydration and crunch, contrasting the hot, seasoned protein. Rolling the wrap tightly creates a dense, portable cylinder. Tucking the edges seals the ingredients inside, preventing a mess in the cramped quarters. But a cold tortilla lacks texture. Placing the wrap directly over the glowing embers on a grate of green sticks allows the flatbread to toast rapidly. The moisture in the green wood prevents the grate from instantly catching fire. The radiant heat crisps the exterior and warms the dense core of the meal. This is the intersection of primitive shelter and modern comfort. A hot meal eaten in the quiet warmth of a hand-built shelter is the ultimate return on physical labor. What began as a dark, damp hole beneath an uprooted tree is now a highly functional refuge. The insulated walls hold the fire's heat, the roof repels the weather, and the hidden entrance ensures absolute privacy. In the end, survival is more than just enduring the elements. It is about shaping the wild environment into a place that protects, sustains, and rewards.